I often get asked, what does a priest do all day? Well, and that's a fantastic question that I usually don't know how to answer. I'm like, I don't even know what I do all day because my life isn't my own. I go where I'm sent. Even on a day-to-day basis, things come up. And the majority of my time is probably spent doing administration. But I find that to be very fatherly. I think of my siblings and their kids and their families. Nobody taught them how to manage a budget and do administration stuff, but having kids and a spouse and a schedule, trying to get everything done, requires that you spend a lot of time doing tedious tasks. But for me, that's like part of being a spiritual father. It's my honor, my privilege, my duty. So that's a fun thing, doing emails and talking to staff. So this week, besides that though, I've had, there's joyful things and there's sorrowful things. A really sorrowful thing this week is I had a very difficult funeral, and here at the cathedral we probably have 4 or 5 funerals every month almost. It can be a big thing every week, and so these are my spiritual children. So I go from seeing having to accompany some of my spiritual children through a time of grief. I also got called suddenly in the middle of office work. I got called to the hospital. Someone was dying. And I popped in, and here's this woman who's watching her mother die, and just being present to them, giving the dying woman the last sacrament. And this was a woman who had probably kind of been distant from the faith throughout her life, and probably thanks to people who are praying for her child who was praying for her, and her own faith throughout her life, even though it had ups and downs. Because of that faith, because of that prayer, she got the sacraments of the church before she died. Amazing stuff. So that's sorrowful, but extremely life-giving for me. Then something else that's extremely life-giving is fun things like this week. We had hot dog day at the school, which every year at St. John and Jude, the cathedral parish staff, all of the people who run the front office and communications and administration of the parish, serve hot dogs to the school kids. All 460 of them came in single file, in groups, small groups, and broke it up so it was manageable. But we gave, each ration of a hot dog and some chips, and then they got these gigantic Otter Pops. It was a blast. We had too much fun. But that's fun, and it's just a way that the parish shows support for our school, which our school is probably the biggest ministry. People from all over Phoenix come to our school, so it's kind of a neat outreach that we have, really. So that was a really fun thing to do. Something else that priests do is we work together for Bishop's Vision. So next week we have what's called the Spring Clergy Day. Every first Monday and Tuesday of May, all of the priests of the Diocese of Phoenix get together with Bishop Olmsted to do some sort of enrichment of ourselves for their study. We have a special dinner where we celebrate the anniversaries, the major anniversaries of priests, like priests who are celebrating 50 years of priesthood, 45 years of priesthood, 30, all the way down to 5 years of priesthood. So it's a great cause for celebration together for fraternity. We also then have a mass for all the priests who have died in the last year. And here in the Diocese of Phoenix, because we have a lot of elderly priests and such, generally every year we get together for these days, there's over 10 priests who have died every year. And so we have a picture of them, we light a candle during Mass, and we pray for their souls, which is amazing. So those are fun things that are going on in my life this week. Some of the small reasons. There are so many big reasons why I love being a priest, but that's a little snapshot for this week. Hope you had a great Divine Mercy Sunday. Guys, remember that Easter season is a whole season. It's 50 days. It's longer than Lent. So there's a time to fast, and there's a time to feast. Welcome to the feast time. God bless you.